Hello, good morning, class. Okay, so today what I want to show you is a fun way to make a little holiday Christmas card for somebody in the hospital who isn't able to see the people that they love for the holidays. So I made a couple of them already. I actually recorded them all, and the recording didn't work. So I'm going to try this a third time, and this time I'm really hoping it works. So step number one is you have to find a piece of paper or something you can draw with or draw on. I am going to use some cardstock. Cardstock is a little bit thicker of paper, and the reason I'm going to use it, I'm going to use it for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is I'm drawing with a Sharpie marker, and if you're drawing with a Sharpie marker, you don't want it to bleed through very much, and this thicker paper kind of allows for you to do that without it bleeding through and ruining your design. So just keep that in mind. Another reason is because when I fold it, it stands up really nice. The only cardstock that I had at home is this really funky bright color paper that my son happened to have in his art bin. So that's what I'm going to use. It was a big sheet of paper, and I just cut it in half so that way I could make more cards and I wouldn't have to fill up as much space with my cards. So I made a nice little drawing on the front. These drawings came from Art Hub for Kids, and I created a link and uploaded it to your Google Classroom so that you have some different options, different things to draw. These are really fun things to do. And you guys, just to keep in mind, my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old have been doing these with no problem. So I'm 100% confident that you will all be able to follow the instructions and make a really incredible card yourself. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is find a piece of paper. It can be any paper. It could be a printer paper. It could be an old card that you recovered and want to make a new design. You can do whatever you want. This is just what I have at my house. So I'm going to fold my paper in half. Remember, I cut the paper in half first to make it a little smaller, so it wasn't as overwhelming for me. So I have a smaller piece of paper. Now I need to create a drawing for the front cover of it. And for this one, I found a video on YouTube that shows me how to draw hot chocolate. I added this link to your Google Classroom list that I gave you, but I'm going to go through, I'm going to draw this. So I'm going to pause the video and then I will resume it in a little bit when I'm done with my drawing. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. All right, so I drew my little design, and what I did is I made a little cup of hot chocolate and I wrote on the bottom of it, Merry Christmas. You can do anything you want on your design. Okay, so then after I have the cover done, which for me, it looks okay, but I think it would look better with a little bit of color. So you could color in your design. You could leave them done with Sharpie. If you drew this first with pencil, I would at least ask you to outline everything with marker, make it look really bold and like it's popping out. So that's just something to think about. So another thing you could do when my kids did theirs, they had some little sparkle pens or some like glue pens, kind of like puffy paint, and they colored in just a couple pieces of them. So like on the snowman, maybe they colored in the little heart and the nose of the snowman, and it made some little sparkles around him to look like snow. On this cup, I could maybe add some color to the straw and maybe make red stripes and a red tongue on the cup. So you can think outside of the box. You can color it however you want. You don't have to add color at all if you don't want to. But once you have the outside done, the next step is to write a message on the inside. Now remember, these cards are going to go to people who are most likely not going to be able to see their family for the holidays. So you want to think of something nice to write on the inside, something that's going to bring them a little smile, a little bit of love to their day. So I'm going to write in mine, I'm going to write lots of love sent your way, sent your way. Hope you have a beautiful season and feel better soon. And I'm going to sign it Mrs. B. You can sign yours however you want. I'm just going to ask you to not, don't put your first and last name, just because for confidential reasons, you don't want to let everyone know who it is. But you can sign your first name. You could just put like from somebody who cares. You could put anything you want. Just think about not putting too much information. Like one thing you would not want to do, you wouldn't want to sign your name and put your address down. That would be a bad idea. But you can make a little note in there and sign it with something really ambiguous like Mrs. B, or my name is Cassie, so I could write Cassie. You could do whatever you want. Okay, so that is one little card. And here are the other little cards I made. So this one says Merry Christmas. This one says Merry Christmas. This one says Happy Holidays. So your card could say any message that you want to send to somebody during the beautiful holiday season. So I'm really hoping that you're able to create some fun, interesting cards for somebody in the hospital who could use a little bit of cheer and good spirits. And once you get your little stack of cards complete, you can upload a photo of your card to artsonia.com. But it's not a graded assignment. This is just something to do to make you feel better and to help others feel better. So this isn't an assignment that you're going to get a grade on, but just do it because it's something good to do. So think about how thankful someone's going to be to get your card, because I promise you they will be thankful. So you can upload a photo, and then you're going to want to pass it on to somebody you know that works in a hospital. Anyone who works in a hospital will know where to put these, even if it's someone who doesn't work directly with patients. So you can give them to a nurse, you can give them to a doctor, you can give them to somebody who works in the kitchen at a hospital, or somebody who works on paperwork in the hospital. You can put them on the porch of somebody local. You can have a parent or somebody drop them off to a hospital. Or if you don't know how to get them to somebody who could get them to the hospital workers, you can also send me an email and I can arrange to pick them up. So it's your choice, however you want to pass your cards on. Okay. All right. So I'm hoping this brings you guys a little bit of joy making these little cards. And I know it makes me happy knowing that we're sending on such good spirits and good messages during the holiday season. Okay.